Have you ever loved someone so deeply that silence became louder than words? This is the story of a woman who stopped speaking the moment her husband died, and the man who would risk everything to make her speak again. Hey everyone, welcome back. If you enjoy stories that twist your mind and leave you questioning human nature, make sure to subscribe and like this video because this one will stay with you long after it ends. Written by Alex Michaelides, The Silent Patient isn't just a psychological thriller. It's a portrait of obsession, trauma, and the hidden corners of the human mind, crafted by a man who once studied psychotherapy himself. That's why every word in this story feels like it's watching you back. The woman who went silent. Alicia Berenson seemed to have everything: beauty, talent, and love. She was a successful painter, married to Gabriel, a fashion photographer. Their home in London was like a piece of art itself. White walls, large windows, and silence that always felt a little too perfect. But one evening changed everything. Gabriel came home late from work. Moments later, neighbors heard a gunshot. When the police arrived, Gabriel was found tied to a chair, dead, and Alicia was standing nearby, her face expressionless, her hands covered in blood. She never spoke another word again. Her only response was a painting, a self-portrait she titled Alcestis, named after a tragic Greek myth where a woman sacrifices herself for her husband. The world saw her as a monster, but one man saw a mystery. The man who needed answers. Theo Faber, a psychotherapist, had followed Alicia's story for years. Something about her silence haunted him. He believed he could help her speak again, not for fame, but for something deeper. Something he didn't even understand about himself. When a position opened at the Grove, the psychiatric facility where Alicia was held, Theo took it, and from the moment he saw her, quiet, distant, locked in her world, he knew this wouldn't be a normal case. Her silence wasn't just trauma, it was protection. From what or from who, he didn't yet know. The layers beneath silence. Theo began reading Alicia's diary, the one she kept before the murder. Her words were fragmented about shadows watching her, about feeling trapped, about love turning into fear. She wrote about Gabriel being distant, secretive, and one sentence stood out: "I think I'm being watched." Meanwhile, Theo's own life wasn't perfect. He was married to a woman named Kathy, but he suspected she was cheating. Instead of confronting her, he buried his emotions in work and in Alicia's case. As he dug deeper, he met people from Alicia's life: her cousin Paul, her art gallery owner Jean-Felix, and her therapist before him, Diomedes. Everyone seemed to know a part of the truth, but no one was telling everything. It was like everyone around Alicia has been playing a role in a play she didn't write. Breaking the silence. One night, after months of failed sessions, Alicia finally spoke. It happened suddenly, like silence cracking open. She told Theo about a night when a masked man broke into their home. The intruder tied her and Gabriel up, and then forced Gabriel to choose who should die first. Gabriel chose her. Those words destroyed everything Theo thought he knew. He realized Alicia didn't kill out of rage, but betrayal. Something inside her shattered that night. Silence became her only refuge. The twist. But then, things didn't add up. Theo found clues that led him to Alicia's old neighborhood. A few fragments in her diary mentioned "the man watching me," and slowly, painfully, Theo realized she had been writing about him. He was the intruder. Years earlier, in a jealous rage after discovering his wife's affair, Theo had followed Gabriel and Alicia. He broke into their house, not to kill, but to scare. But when Gabriel betrayed her, everything spiraled. Theo left, and Alicia shot Gabriel afterward. Her silence wasn't guilt. It was protection of the truth. The final painting. In the end, Alicia painted again, one last self-portrait, showing herself, silent, holding a mask. She gave it to Theo, and in her journal, she finally wrote what happened that night, exposing him. When Theo returned to work the next day, police were already waiting. Alicia's silence had spoken louder than words ever could. The Silent Patient isn't just a story about murder. It's about the fragile boundary between love and control, trust and obsession. Alicia's silence wasn't madness, it was meaning. And sometimes silence is the only voice that can reveal the truth. Alicia was trapped by silence. Next week, we'll meet people trapped by fear of change. Every story reveals another side of the human mind. And if you've come this far, you're already part of that journey. So hit subscribe, turn on the bell, and join me next week for Who Moved My Cheese, a story that might change the way you see your own life. Thank you for watching. Until next week, take care.